Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today we're going to be connecting up this big old CRT TV, cathode ray tube TV, to the Xbox One S using Composite. That's this yellow, white and red connector that used to be used years ago. Now a lot of people think this is not possible with newer equipment because if you have a look on the back of the Xbox One S, the only output is the HDMI, so they think that you have to have an HDMI TV, but although it is best to have an HDMI TV because the picture is going to be best, you can actually get away with using a composite by buying these cheap little adapters. Now this little converter here has input this side, which is HDMI in, and then it comes out as a yellow, white and red. So yellow for the picture and then red and white for the audio left and right, stereo left and right. And it works okay. Remember now, composite signals, these ones here, composite, it will only be 480p, so the picture's not going to be very good, but it's still playable. So why would you want to do this? Well, for example, you might have bought yourself a second-hand Xbox and you haven't got the money at the moment to buy a new TV, or your TV might have broken, you're waiting to save up for a new one, and you've got one of these stored up in the garage. Some people like the tube TVs, you know, because they say that the refresh rate and the lag and stuff's really good on them. So, you know, personally I prefer the flat screen TVs, but there's a lot of people out there that are still using these TVs. Right, okay, so let's set it up, see how easy or hard it is on the Xbox One S. Normally on the Xbox it makes it pretty easy to be able to do stuff like this. It's the PlayStation that you normally struggle on. So what I'm going to do is, normally you need to plug this into a 5-volt power supply. And also you've got a little PAL and an NTSC. So this is a UK TV, so I've got it left on PAL. In America, NTSC was popular, so you might want to plug it over, switch it over to that one there if your TV is an NTSC. So what I'm going to do is, rather than plugging it into a power supply, I'm just going to use one of the USB ports on the back of the Xbox to give it its power, because I've got a few spare ports back here. So I'm just going to plug in the USB port in there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in my cable. Now this is a 10 meter cable here. Obviously you only need a 50 centimeter cable to connect up from there to there. The reason I'm using a 10 meter one is just because although this cable is very good quality, I want to show that even over a longer distance the picture is still, you know, it's still watchable. So basically this will be an analog picture. So going into this adapter, the HDMI will be digital, but when it comes out it will be an analog signal, and with an analog signal the cable does make a difference. So if you find that your picture isn't quite as good as you like, try upgrading the cable. Over a short distance it's not going to matter, but maybe over, for example, 10 meters, the difference between a very cheap cable and a good cable would matter. While on digital it doesn't matter. If it works, it works, but with analog it does actually, the cable does play a part. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect up the yellow to yellow, white to white and our red to red. On this cable here I've got red, instead of white it's black and yellow. So the yellow is going to be the picture, and then the black is going to be the left audio, and the red's going to be the right audio. Your cable will probably be yellow, white and red. And on this side here we just need to plug in the other end of this long 10 meter cable. We just need to plug into this one here. So we're going to be plugging in yellow to there, black to white and red to red. Right, so just plug this in here. What we have to do now is we have to change the input of the TV. So I'm going to go, it's going to depend on your TV, but on this one there's a little button for TV and AV. I need to change it over to AV. And then what I do is, at the moment it's connected to the AV3 down the bottom. AV1 and 2 are out the back, around the back of the TV for SCART connections, and this particular TV has the AV3 down there. So I'm going to change it to, if you have a look there, the AV3 is in yellow, so I'm going to press yellow. I forgot to connect up the HDMI cable, didn't I? So the HDMI cable is coming out of the Xbox, and then we're going to be plugging it into the input of this adapter here, and straight away there you see that the picture comes up like so. Right, let's just go to the video output just to see what settings it's going to be on. Now with Composite you're only going to get 480p out of it, and on the Xbox it is just down as 720 and 1080, but as you can see it is working. So I'm going to go to video output, 720 PAL, Let's just see if it makes a difference by going to NTSC. No, no difference. I think it might be slightly clearer on PAL. Yeah, there we go. Now, when you're kind of just scrolling around the homepage and stuff on the Xbox, it is quite hard to see because obviously the writing's maximised for like 720 and 1080p. But when you actually go to play a game, then it is a lot more playable. So for example, this is Forza Horizon 3. Now with Composite, it carries the sound and the picture, so you don't have to do anything separate for the sound. It will all go down the one cable. Let me just lower that down. Now when you're looking at it through the camera, sometimes you will see a band moving up and down. That isn't here, that isn't actually here with my own eyes. It's something to do with the camera while it's filming. Now obviously it's not going to be as good as having it on a 720 or a 1080p, but it is still, it's still playable. I can't remember if I mentioned it earlier or not, but the converter here was £9 UK, so they're not expensive, and you can get them off eBay and Amazon. This one here, the make is AKALE, Akale. Right, okay, let's go for a little drive.
Welcome back, Vincent. There was a rumour about a barn find that we haven't investigated.
Yeah, so the colours are nice.
Would you like me to set a route there for you?
If you have a look there, let me zoom in a bit. Obviously you've got a lot of reflections coming off the screen. There you go, you see? So it's okay, it is playable. Obviously it's not great, but if you were saving up for a TV and you knew you weren't going to be able to afford it for a few months, if you were after a particular TV and you didn't want to buy, let's say, a £300 one just to keep yourself ticking over until you get the TV you actually want, then if you have one of these lying around the place, then for the sake of spending £9, you can actually still just about play your games. And don't forget, you can always play around with the picture by changing the settings and the brightness and stuff like that. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and please subscribe for more how-to videos. Take care, bye now.